Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm your host, Austin, and this is the God in the Game podcast. Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's topic is removing the clutter from your life. Yes, I know, sounds hard, but I'm gonna help you guys through this, all right? And this is a topic that I feel I need to do some work on as well. So I thought, why not make a video out of it? I can learn from it. You guys can also too. Best of both worlds. Am I right? So yes, excited. It is the 21st today, so we're 4 days away from Christmas. That is amazing. With it being in the Christmas season, and it's just an amazing holiday. We celebrate because it's the birth of Jesus Christ, the birth of our Lord and Savior. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel that Christmas as a society, it's more about the present and family gatherings. It's not like society has been taking Christ out of Christmas, and it's upsetting. But with my podcast, I'm gonna be putting Christ back into Christmas, and that starts with just constantly uploading videos, and this one is gonna be a good one. So yeah, removing the clutter from your life. Now, as we start, clutter. What is clutter? Clutter can be a multitude of things. It can be internal or it can be external as well. Let's focus on the external clutter. So ask yourself right now, what clutter do I have in my life? Is it clutter of friends? Um, are you at a point of your life where you are trying to dictate if your friends are really your friends, or are they dragging you down? Um, are they bringing you closer to God and closer with your faith? Um, could be your phone. For me, my phone is a big one too. Um, like I've been spending a lot of time on my phone since I've been home the past few days, just trying to like relax. But a thing that I want to take more serious is my podcast, is getting you guys content on a consistent basis. And I don't have a job here, so as of right now, I'm going to be focusing on my podcast, creating content, uploading on TikTok, um, the most that I can. So, but now there comes sacrifices with that, and I should really put a limit to myself on my phone of how long I can be on my phone, that I'm on social media when I'm not posting or I'm not uploading. Setting a certain amount of minutes or hours on my screen time on certain apps, so that once I hit that limit, uh, a screen pops up saying that I've reached my limit and it's time for me to get off. That's a big one, and it's a sacrifice that I know that I have to make because I've been spending a lot of time on my phone recently, and I want that to change, and I want to get better. I want to start providing more value with my life. That means taking the time to become more knowledgeable on certain things, to become more knowledgeable in my faith, to become smarter as a person overall, and just start working and working and working. So yeah, and then a third thing of clutter in your life just could be like the mess. How messy is your house? How often are how much time are you taking when you're home, when you're not working or not going out or whatnot, and when you are just home? Like, can you be cleaning up the house more? Is your table filled with papers galore that you don't even know where certain things are? You don't know if your homework is on that table, or is it a bill? Is it your mail that you just got, or is it magazines? Like, clean up your space. We often have a cluttered table, right? And a thing that I also want to bring into play is a hoarder house. People that hoard things, often their house is completely a mess. Like, you can't even walk in a straight line. And it's disgusting. Sometimes our lives, our souls are a hoarder house, right? We have so much going on. Our minds aren't focused on God, and with our minds and souls just being completely chaotic and cluttered to the max, that we aren't inviting God in to have space, right? To have space in our life so that He can work with it. If our life and our bodies are too cluttered and too hoarded up, how is God going to work when we're just trapped? In life, we are constantly piling things up on top of each other, right? We are piling things up on top of each other. When we do this, it makes it hard for us to focus on certain things. When we are piling stuff on top of each other, luckily right now, me and a lot of you guys watching this are maybe college students or whatnot, but I just got home from college, and I'm now on winter break, so I have a month to just relax, start working a bit, and just putting the time into my podcast and maybe even getting a small job while I'm home. But if we are just focused on like family and work and sports, maybe going to the gym, hanging out with your friends from home, going to the city, going to parties and whatnot. You're just piling stuff up on top of each other, and you're not focusing on your faith. You're not taking the time to put God first, and to be able to let God take control of your life, because you want that control. Going back to that cluttered table example, right? If you are at school or in your dorm or your off-campus house, right, and your desk is completely covered with papers and post-its and notebooks, you don't have a clean space, a clean headspace at all, either to sit down with your laptop, get your assignments done that have to get done, get a project done that has to get done, right? We have to create a space in order to have that assignment be done, in order for us to get that quiz done or that project done, right? For example, too, if you work for, say a corporate job, right, and you have to meet a certain deadline, right, and you just been piled up, but then you just remember, oh, I had this one assignment that my boss wants, right, and you having your area, your desk is completely filled with your food from lunch, with drinks, with um and then you have your phone going off nonstop because you're in a group text and whatnot. Your mind doesn't have the space to focus then, and you're just completely focusing on what you're staring at. You need to wipe that table clean so you can get that assignment done and you can meet that deadline. I'm going to dive into a Bible verse right now. 1 Corinthians 14:13. I actually just opened I actually just opened up to the perfect page without a bookmark or anything. I swear. I swear. Wow. Whatever. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. It says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace." Whew. A lot of the time when we're at school or we're at work or we're home and we're trying to get a task done or whatnot, we're just confused, right? We're confused because there's so much going on. There's so much extra noise going on. There's so much background noise that we can't focus on what's ahead of us. When we bring God into our situations, He gives us that peace and He takes away that confusion. He takes it away. When we place it at His feet, He will work for us and with us and for the good, and He will sustain you with that peace and that joy that you need with patience as well, because you're going to need patience to get whatever task done. Patience is a key fruit of the Spirit. I'm gonna go Ecclesiastes 3:16. Ecclesiastes 3:16 says, "A time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak." Sorry, that was 6 and 7 actually. I'm sorry. If we just focus on 6, right? A time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. There is a time for everything. For everything, there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven. I could just read you verses 2 to 8, but I'm just going to keep it as is. So, 6, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. What does that look like in your life? A time to seek are you in a time right now where you can seek more knowledge? Are you in a time right now where you can seek for more work? And once you seek for more work, then you might get that higher paycheck. Or are you in a time to lose? A time to cast away, even. Time to let go. Sometimes we need to let go of certain things so that God can replace it with something that's better. That's something that I have read over the past week or so, and it really hit me because there's things that I need to let go of so that God can replace them with something better. There's doors that I need to close so that God can open a new one up for me as well. And also 1 John chapter 2:15 says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him." See, a lot of the time, the clutter in our life can be more than just work. The clutter in our life can also be internal. So I'm now going to go back and talk about that. The internal clutter. What is on the inside of our lives that is stacking up and piling up, that is taking our focus off of Jesus and placing it onto something of the world. This could be temptation. This could be fornication. This could be just a pleasing the flesh, um, thoughts about sexual immorality or whatever it is, you fill in the blank, right? But you cannot love the world and love God. I've been there. I tried it. It doesn't work. It doesn't happen. If you are on the fence, you're living more for the world than you are for God. And God doesn't want that for you. I ask you right now to make room for God. Lose those things in your life that is taking up room in in your heart and soul that aren't leading you closer to God. I'm going to read a few song lyrics from the song Make Room. It says, and I will make room for you so that to do whatever you want to. Have your way, we surrender all. Shake up the ground of my tradition. That's one of the first verse, and then the second line was the bridge of the song. And I really like that bridge. It says, shake up the ground of all my tradition. Take away and get rid of, clean out whatever I'm used to doing, and break down the walls of all of my religion. Reshape me, continue to plant and nurture me with the word of God. Continue to have the fire inside of me continue to shine bright, and not just shine inside of me, but to shine externally. And when we remove that clutter in our life, we can make room for God to work. I don't know if you guys were the type of people back in school time, but when you had a backpack, was your backpack organized or was it disorganized? Did you have all your papers in a binder or a folder, nice and neat, and you labeled each one accordingly to the subject, or were you the type of person to take your papers and just stuff it into your backpack so that the papers just crumble up, and you have like 50 papers and you have no clue what each paper is for or what subject it's for, and you just, when the teacher told you to take out the certain assignment or paper or homework, you opened that backpack up and you took out all 50 pieces of paper and you had to go through them all one by one to, and you took them out and you uncrumpled them to read them. Are you organized or are you disorganized? If you're disorganized at home, you're going to be disorganized as a person in this world. So I ask you guys again, what is it? What's the clutter in your life? And what will you be removing from that clutter to make your life better so that you can make room for God to bless you and to provide for you? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. The next episode will be up next week as well. I will get it done before New Year's Eve, and I might not have an episode ready and out for that first week of January because I will be in Georgia. If you guys don't know what the Passion Conference is, the Passion Conference has been out for the past like 16 years or so. I'm not exactly sure when the first one is, but the Passion Conference is the biggest Christian conference there is in this world, pretty much. It's a Christian conference for college students from ages 18 to 25, and this is my first time going, and it's in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and I am super excited. It's going to be like 50,000 people going from over 100 countries, so many different colleges. Oh, it's going to be great. And there's going to be worship from multiple bands and artists, as well as the top Christian speakers. Sadie Robertson's going to be there. Tim Tebow went, I think, last year. Louis Giglio is like the creator of it, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to be speaking as well. It's just going to be so amazing. And lives have changed from this conference. And so much wisdom and knowledge will be spread there. There's going to be so much prayer. I can't wait to pray for people. And I just can't wait to see what God does and how God will be moving in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Whew, I'm going down with a bunch of my friends from my school as well, and it's just going to be life-changing. It's going to be so heartwarming, and I can't wait to meet people. Like, I've been on TikTok the past month or so, and I've been in contact with other college students who are also going, and I can't wait to meet them. So yeah, that's gonna be the first week of January. I probably won't be making an episode while I'm away, but I might. So stay tuned for that. But if I do make one while I'm away, or if I don't, I'll make one as soon as I get back, and the topic will be something that I learned on the conference. So it won't be until like the following week that I will upload it. So I'm looking at having 2 episodes in the next 3 weeks, and then looking towards getting a episode down each week of January until I go back to school, and then praying that my consistency and discipline continues when I go back to school in the spring semester, and I'll have guest episodes lined up. A few pastors I'm thinking about bringing on the podcast. So this month I'm gonna start and hopefully continue to keep on pushing and creating content for you guys and uploading. So there's gonna be a lot more coming. Stay tuned and continue to keep guiding the game. I love you all. Have a nice day.